flickering light through stained glass stained with last night's fight. The wind stood still, the world stood bare, like it knew what wasn't there. And far away, too faint to be, a bell that rings too late for me, a hollow sound, a fading fate. The church bells rang too late. I walked the road that led me back through ash and gravel faded tracks, where every step I tried to take still carried what I couldn't shake. The church stood tall but looked away, like it had nothing left to say. The doors were shut but I could hear the echo of a buried prayer. The pews were empty, cold and torn, like they had long since been forlorn. And every cross upon the wall looked like it couldn't stand at all. I knelt down slow in silent dread, with all the words I never said, and every breath I tried to keep just sank down deeper into me. The church bells rang too late for me, when truth was already buried deep. No holy hand, no saving grace could reach me in that empty place. Oh, I tried to call out through the night, but nothing came to set it right. And every sin I tried to fake still echoes in the steps I take. The preacher's book lay open wide, with pages burned and black inside, like someone tried to write again a truth that wouldn't fit in sin. The altar cracked beneath the weight of promises it couldn't make, and every candle burned too low, like even faith refused to glow. I saw my name carved in the wood, not how it was, but how it should have ended long before I came to kneel before a hollow named the air, when still the dust stood high, like it refused to say goodbye. And every sound I thought I knew was something I had passed right through. The church bells rang too late for me, when truth was already buried deep. No holy hand, no saving grace could reach me in that empty place. Oh, I tried to call out through the night, but nothing came to set it right. And every sin I tried to fake still echoes in the steps I take. I walked outside where shadows grew, like they were waiting there for you. And in the wind I swore I heard a final broken whispered word. Not judgment sharp, not wrath or flame, just everything I can't reclaim. A weight that doesn't leave a fade, just settles in the things I made. The bells rang once then died again, like mercy only comes at 10. But I was gone before they tried to pull me back from what I died. It ain't the church that saves your soul, it's what you do when you lose control. And every step you try to take is either truth or mistaken. Bells don't ring to change the past, they only echo things that last. Too late to heal, too late to save, just sound above an empty grave. The church bells rang too late that day, when everything had gone away. No light returns, no sin is undone. Once the silence has begun, oh, I try echoes ringing through my name. And if you ever hear that sound through empty sky or hollow ground, don't listen long, don't hesitate, or the church bells will ring too late. The bell still swings but makes no sound, just moving there, no sacred ground. And I remain where truth won't wait, where church bells ring too late. Secrets it don't keep. The water hums a hollow tune underneath the dying moon. No ripples break, no voices call, just something moving beneath it all. And every glance into that black feels like it's pulling something back. They found his boots by the river bend, where the mud and memory never end. No sign of struggle, no trace of fight, just empty space and fading light. The town said he must have slipped away, lost his footing, gone astray. But I knew better deep inside, the river don't take, it decides. We used to stand on that same old bank, throwing stones till the daylight sank. He said one day he'd call his name, I laughed it off like it was a game. But the water always watched us close, in ways nobody ever knows. And every whisper through the reeds sounded like it knew our deeds. The river took him back that night, pulled him under without a fight. No goodbye, no final sound, just a name that never was found. Oh, I stood there calling through the dark, but the water swallowed every mark. And now I hear it when I'm alone, like it's waiting to take me home. His mother cried, but never loud, just stared at the ground, never the crowd. Like she already understood what no one else believed they could. They dragged the banks for days and more, but nothing washed up on the shore. Just drifting leaves and silent proof that some things don't return the truth. The sheriff said, son, let it go, but I could feel it in the flow. Something deeper than death or chance, something that don't leave by circumstance. And that I hear it call his name through water thick and dark and plain. And sometimes I swear it calls for me from somewhere far beneath the stream. The river took him back that night, pulled him under without a fight. No goodbye, no final sound, just a name that never was found. I stood there calling through the dark, but the water swallowed every mark. And now I hear it when I'm alone, like it's waiting to take me home. asking me to go. And I felt something in my chest stop pulling me toward the rest. And maybe he was never gone, just part of what the river's on. A current made of time and sin, where everything returns again. And maybe we all end up there, in water thick with silent prayer. Not lost, not found, just pulled below, where the river always flows. The river took him back that night, pulled him under without a fight. No goodbye, no final sound, just a truth that won't be found. Oh, I stand now at the edge once more, feeling something I can't ignore. And I hear it calling through the phone, like it's time to take me home. My boots sit where his once did lie, at the place where the water's sigh. No fear left, no reason to fight, just the pull of the endless night. And if they come and look for me, they won't find what they think they'll see, just empty ground and water's breath, where the river speaks of death. The willows weep, the current hums, for all the lost, for all that comes. And in that dark I've finally learned, the river takes back what it's earned. Souls cry from hell, the churchyard gates scream in the night, rusty chains rattling in the pale moonlight. Every ghost has a story to defend, every wound we carry never truly mends. Crosses standing in the midnight wind, silent witnesses of blood and sin. Crosses standing in the midnight wind, guiding souls that will never rise again. Crosses standing. The river runs where the willows weep, carving secrets it don't keep. The water hums a hollow tune underneath the church bells ring, but not for peace. They echo through a broken release, and every note feels sharp and thin, like something trying to begin. The stained glass burns in morning light, but nothing here feels wholly right. And in the hush between each prayer, she knew something was hidden there. She walked the halls like she belonged, but something in her felt too strong, too sharp for all the words they prayed, too clear for sins they tried to fade. Her father spoke with steady tone, but never when she was alone. And every sermon he would give seemed like a place where lies could live. She found the book beneath the stair, like tight, like someone hid it there. Not scripture clean, not gospel pure, but something darker at its core. She didn't scream, she didn't run, just read the truth that came undone. And every page she turned too fast pulled her deeper in the past. The preacher preacher's daughter knew too much that day about the things he'd swept away. No holy light, no saving grace could hide the truth upon her face. Oh, she tried to speak, she tried to flee, but truth don't always set you free. And every word she tried to show was something they refused to know. The basement door was always locked, but late at night she heard it talk. Not voices clear, but shifting sound, like something breathing underground. A shovel leaned against the wall, like it remembered every call. And every stain she couldn't place felt like it carried someone's face. She wrote it down in quiet ink, the things they never dared to think. But paper burns and truth will hide when fear is standing right outside. She held the weight without a word. Too much was seen, too much was heard, and every truth she couldn't trust turned into falling dust. The preacher's daughter knew too much that night about the shadows out of sight. No sanctuary, no disguise could save her from what truth implies. Oh, she tried to speak, she tried to flee, but truth don't always set you free. And every step she tried to take just led to something they would break. They say she vanished without trace, but I still see her hidden face in every mirror cracked and worn, in every silence newly born. The preacher never changed his tone, still stood there preaching all alone. But something in his eyes went still, like something finally lost its will. And every hymn the church still sings feels heavier than broken things, like someone left a truth behind that echoes through the preacher's mind. It ain't the book, it ain't the sin, it's everything that's trapped within. Every secret left to grow becomes the thing you cannot know. And truth don't always wear a crown, sometimes it burns whole kingdoms down, till every prayer you try to clutch can't save you from what's known too much. The preacher's daughter knew too much to stay, and there was nothing left to say. No holy path, no second chance, just silence in the final glance. Oh, she tried to walk, she tried to be the voice they never let be free. And every truth she couldn't show still haunts the ground below. Now I don't pray, I don't believe, I just remember what I see. No faith to save, no lies to clutch, just what she knew too much. And if you ever hear her name whispered soft like dying flame, don't look too close, don't stay too long, or you'll learn what went so wrong. The bells still ring, the choir sings, but something darker softly clings. And I remain where shadows touch, with the truth she knew too much. The bell don't ring like it used to pray. It just hangs in the air like it's lost its way. Wind crawls slow through broken stained glass, whispering sins from a buried past. The floorboards groan with a hollow sound, like something beneath is still unbound. And every step that I take inside feels like I'm walking through someone's life. Oh, yeah. I came to town when the skies were gray, following stories that wouldn't stay. They said the church on the hill still breathes, but it don't belong to the likes of me. The paint was peeling from Hollywood, like even God forgot it ever stood. And the sign outside was cracked in two, saying all are welcome, but no one knew. I pushed the door and it whispered back, like it recognized every soul I lacked. And the air went heavy, thick with dust, like faith itself had turned to rust. I swear I heard a choir below, singing hymns that nobody knows. And the deeper I walked through the nave, the colder the light refused to save. These are the secrets of the old church walls, where the righteous fade and the silence calls, where prayers don't rise, they sink and drown in the hollow heart of a godless town. Oh, I came for truth, but I found decay, where every answer just slipped away. And the deeper I look, the more I see the church is alive, and it's watching me. There was a book left open on the stand, with ink like blood on a trembling hand. Pages torn where the name should be, like something erased deliberately. The candles burn, but they cast no light, just shadows that twisted out of sight. And I swear I saw my own face there, in the glass of a shattered prayer. A man in black stood behind the pew, said, "Son, you don't know what you're going through." But when I turned, there was no one there, just a smell of smoke and the poison air. The walls were breathing slow and deep, like they'd been awake for centuries. And every crack in the stone confessed that something inside would never rest. These are the secrets of the old church walls, where the righteous fade and the silence calls, where prayers don't rise, they sink and drown in the hollow heart of a godless town. Oh, I came for truth, but I found decay, where every answer just slipped away. And the deeper I look, the more I see the church is alive, and it's watching me. Beneath the altar, a hidden stair carved into darkness, like it was always there. Each step I took made the echoes scream, like I was falling inside a dream. The deeper I went, the older it felt, like time itself had started to melt. And carved in the stone were names I knew, from lives I never thought I'd live through. There was a room with a cross upside down, and a mirror that showed no one around. But when I blinked, I saw myself with hollow eyes and someone else. And I heard them singing beneath the ground, not words, just sorrow wrapped in sound. Like every confession that was ever denied was still alive and couldn't die. The air got tight, the dark got thin, like something was waking up within. And I knew right then I should have run, but the door was gone, the turning undone. These are the secrets of the old church walls, where the righteous fade and the silence calls, remembers everything. Now I sit where the altar once stood tall, listening to nothing that sounds like it calls my name in echoes that never end. Like time is folding back again. The world above feels far and small, like it never mattered at all. And I wonder if I was ever free, or just another part of its memory. The bell don't ring, but I still hear a sound that was never meant for ears. And the old church waits in stone and breath, guarding secrets that outlive death. There's a road that used to promise it would soften what it took, but the signs have all been withered, like they've lost the way they look. And the air feels slightly thinner, like it knows what's coming next. Not a storm, not any warning, just the absence of what's left. It felt longer than it was, like it carried something gentle in the spaces in between us. Every turn once felt forgiving, every mile felt understood, like the road could make excuses for the things I thought I could. But something changed without announcing, no clear moment I could name, just a slow and quiet fading of the mercy in its frame. No voice to guide, no hand to hold, just something settling into cold. And every step I try to take feels like it's already late. This is the end of Mercy Road tonight. No wrong to name, no wrong to right, just something closing out the line that used to let me change my mind. Oh, I tried to turn around, but the silence made no sound, and every step I thought was free just led me deeper into me. The sky don't offer answers, it just watches from above, like it's done explaining anything to something it won't love. Every marker feels the same now, just variations of decline, like the meaning's been dismantled, one quiet piece at a time. I ask the road if it remembers what it used to let me be, but it answers only distance, like it doesn't know mercy. No truth to bear, no past to save, just something I already gave. And every breath I try to keep feels like it's falling underneath. It's the end of Mercy Road, I see. It was never meant for me. No matter how I tried to stand, it slipped right out of my hands. Oh, I stayed, I tried to fight, tried to rewrite what felt right, but every mile I thought was kind just left something behind. Now I walk without correction, let the ending take its shape. There's no forgiveness in the distance, only what you can't escape. And it isn't something cruel now, it's just structure losing grace, like a system reaching silence at a slower final pace. And in that quiet understanding, with no mercy left to try, I stop asking for a reason and let pass me by. It ain't that mercy disappears, it's what it leaves you with in years. Every choice you don't undo becomes the road that carries you. And endings don't arrive in pain, they just remove what can't remain. So every step you thought was wide was already predefined. It's the end and now I know there was never anywhere to go. No matter how I tried to change, it stayed the same in every frame. Oh, I stood still, I didn't run, watched the mercy come undone. And every step I thought was mine was already out of time. Now the road don't feel like travel, just a line that doesn't bend. And the silence it has gathered feels like something near the end. And if you ever find a mercy in a place that feels too late, don't assume it stays forever. It might already change its state. The mirror cracked without a sound, like it refused to hold me down. And in that glass, sharp and bright, something else stood in my light. Same eyes, same grin, same hollow trace, but not a trace of human grace. And I knew before it spoke that I was already broke. It walked like me, it talked like me, but every word felt wrong to see. Like everything I thought was mine had crossed a darker, thinner line. It took my hat, it lit my smoke, like every memory was a joke. And every breath I tried to claim, it answered softly with my name. The room went cold, the air stood still, like even time had lost its will. And shadows leaned in close to hear what only I was meant to fear. It smiled like it already knew the things I never got me through. And every thought I tried to hide just stood there on the other side. The devil on my face that night, I swear, and I was standing over there. No truth to hold, no place to flee, just something staring back at me. Oh, I tried to run, I tried to scream, but it was wearing every dream. And every step I tried to take feels like a choice it makes. It sat down where I used to sit, like it belonged to every bit of everything I thought was real. Before I learned how it would feel, it spoke of things I never said, but somehow lived inside my head. Like every sin I tried to lose, had learned how I would choose. The walls bent closer, slow and wide, like they were on its side. And every shadow in the room started moving to its tune. I called my name, but not too loud, afraid to break the silent crowd. And every echo coming through belonged more to it than to you. The devil on my face that night again, like it had always reached out slow to break the glass, but it just showed me what would pass. Not shatter, not escape, not free, just something worse than what I see. It leaned in close, it whispered low, you're what you've always known. And in that voice I couldn't tell if I was man or something else. The mirror flickered, cracked in lines, like splitting futures into signs. And every piece that fell away still wore my face to stay. It ain't the devil, horns or flame, it's every time you shift the blame. Every truth you choose to hide becomes the face on the other side. And evil don't always come from hell, sometimes it learns you far too well, till everything you think is right looks like you in borrowed light. The devil wore my face that night for me, and I don't think I'm still free. No line between, no place to stand, just my reflection turned unplanned. Oh, I tried to run, I tried to pray, but it stayed with me that day. And every breath I try to take still feels like it's a fake. Now I don't look, I don't pretend. I know this mirror never ends. No truth to fix, no lie to chase, just something wearing my face. And if you ever see that sight in broken glass at dead of night, don't look too long, don't meet its side, or you'll forget which one is I. The mirror stands, the night runs thin, but something else is still within. And I remain where shadows trace the devil that wore my face. Soft and low, lay down boy, just let go. But I ain't built to break that way. I'll rise again come judgment day, 'cause no grave can hold me down. I climb back up from underground, through the dust and through the storm. I'll find my way back home when the dead stop making sound. There's a crack in the Sunday silence where the hymns don't quite hold true. Not a storm, not something spoken, just a break that slipped right through. And the air inside the chapel feels heavier than before, like a sound still caught between us, settled deep into the floor. I was raised where the lines were certain, black and white, no in between. Every word was something sacred, every doubt was rarely seen. But something shifted in a moment, too fast to understand. Like a truth we thought was solid slipped right through a steady hand. There's no mark upon the pages, no tear I can define, but the meaning feels unsteady every time I read a line. No voice to blame, no face to see, just something breaking quietly. And every breath I try to take feels like a faith I couldn't fake. There's a bullet in the Bible belt tonight, no clear wrong, no clear right, just something tearing through the calm, leaving silence in its wake. Oh, I tried to hold it all in place, every word, every sacred space, but every truth I thought was whole came apart beyond control. The pews still stand in perfect order, but they don't feel like they did. Every prayer sounds slightly hollow, like it's something we forbid. There's a tension in the stillness, like a question left too long, and it echoes through the structure, even when we sing this song. No one speaks about the fracture, no one dares to name the shift, but you see it in the glances, like a weight we cannot lift. No line to cross, no truth to claim, just something bending under strain. And every word we try to say feels like it's slipping out of place. There's a bullet in the Bible built tonight, not in flesh but in the light. Just something cutting through belief, without a wound that brings relief. Oh, I turned, I tried to defend every start, every end, but every answer I held tight fell apart without a fight. I stood still inside the doorway, let the silence settle in. Tried to find what had been taken, tried to trace where it had been, but there's no single point of breaking, no clear moment I can name. Just a slow and steady fracturing that won't ever be the same. And in that quiet, heavy knowing, with no ground left to compel, I stopped looking for the damage and felt it ringing like a bell. It ain't the sound that splits the air, it's what you realize was never there. Every truth you never test can fracture under quiet stress. And faith don't fall in fire or flame, it shifts in ways you cannot name. So every doubt you push aside finds a place where it can hide. There's a bullet and now I see it was never meant to be. No matter how I held it tight, it was already losing light. Oh, I tried to make it stay, tried to keep the cracks away, but every truth I tried to say was something I could never cage. Now the chapel's standing empty, but the silence still remains. Every word I thought was certain feels like something rearranged. And if you ever hear that breaking in a place you thought was safe, don't look out for where it started. It might be written in your fate. No door that opened, no sudden shift in the air, just the feeling something changed, without announcing it was there. And the silence didn't break first, just deepened where I stood, like it knew I'd finally notice what was always misunderstood. I thought I came here alone once, through the quiet, through the dark, but the shadows fell to structure, like they carried someone's mark. Every step I tried to take now had a weight I couldn't name, like the ground was slightly older that felt the same. There's no voice that calls attention, no form to meet my eyes, just a certainty emerging from the space I can't define. No sound to warn, no line to cross, just something I had already lost. And every breath I try to take feels like it's not mine to make. The devil was waiting there tonight. No fire, no grand disguise, just something standing in the shape of everything I can't escape. Oh, I turned, I tried to flee, but it didn't move from me. And every path I thought was mine just bent back into the line. Never spoke, never needed. There was nothing to explain, just a pressure in the distance that followed like a name. Every memory I carried seemed to settle in its place, like it recognized the pattern of my hesitation's face. I tried to look for something different, some sign I could reject, but the absence felt intentional, like it knew what I expect. No truth to fight, no fear to show, just something I already know. And every step I try to claim feels like it calls me by name. The devil was waiting there, I see, was never apart from me. No matter how I tried to hide, it stayed just on the other side. Oh, I stood still, I didn't move, there was nothing left to prove. And every breath I thought was free was already part of me. Now I don't ask for distance, let the silence hold its shape. There's no exit I can argue, no version I can escape. It's not hatred, not obsession, it's just presence without end, like a truth that never left me, only learned to just pretend. And in that quiet recognition, with no separation left to try, I stopped calling it an enemy and let it stand nearby. It ain't a fall or sudden break, it's what you choose and what you make. Every line you leave unclear finds a place to reappear. And devils don't arrive in flame, they wear the shape of what you claim. So every step you thought was free was already part of me. Devil was waiting there, I know, and never really had to go. No matter how I tried to run, it was already what I'd done. Oh, I stayed, I didn't fight, just let it stand within my sight. And every truth I tried to break was something I already take. Now the dark don't feel like ending, it just feels like what remains. Every silence I once feared now carries familiar strains. And if you ever find it, wait where you thought you stood alone. Don't assume it came to find you, it was always your own home. 'Cause was that night. Funny thing is, I don't remember driving home. I just remember the sound it made. And after that, everything just kept going, like nothing ever stopped. There's a road so black under dying light, with the same old rain from that endless night. Wipers drag slow like they're half alive, but they never clear what's inside my mind. Got both hands tied on a shaking wheel, but I don't know if I'm driving still. Every mile feels like a frozen frame from a moment I can't rearrange. And the headlights bend like they're pointing back to the exact same place I left off track. I never left that night, I just keep moving through the same mistake that keeps on proving. Every breath I take don't feel like mine, just a loop of guilt stuck in time. Hear the rain tap slow like it knows the truth, like it's spelling out what I tried to lose. I don't wake, I don't fight, I just live inside that night. There's a dent in the hood I don't recall, and a crack in the glass shaped like a fall. I see flashing lights in the distance fade, but they never reach where my soul decayed. There's a voice in the dark from the passenger side, but I never look, I just let it ride. She says you could have stopped, you had the chance. I just grip tighter, don't take the glance, and her breath feels cold though the heat's turned high, like she never really left that night. I never left that night, I just keep moving through the same mistake that keeps on proving. Every breath I take don't feel like mine, just a loop of guilt stuck in time. Hear the rain tap slow like it knows the truth, like it's spelling out what I tried to lose. I don't wait, I don't fight, I just live inside that night. There's a stretch ahead where the road dips low, where the headlights flicker and the shadows grow, and I swear I see it happen again. That shape, that moment, right back then. I slam the brakes, but they don't respond, like the choice I had is already gone. And the sound hits hard like it always does, like it never stopped, like it always was. And the world goes still, but I'm still here with the same dull hum in my ear. Every second loops back around to the same exact broken sound. That's not the engine, that's not the road, that's the moment replaying slow. And I hear her voice beneath the rain. You never left, you stayed the same. Now the road don't end and the sky won't break, I'm still awake. Every turn just leads me back again to the place I should have never been. And I see myself in the rearview stare, with the hollow look like I'm not all there. If there's a way out, I missed it then. Now I just drive and relive it again. I never left that night, I'm still inside it. Every just helps me hide it, but it don't fade, it just grows clear, like the truth is always sitting here. Hear the rain tap slow like a counting clock, every drop hits like a hammer knock. I don't change, I don't rewrite, I just die again that night. I never left, I just pretend that this road might someday end. Don't bend and the past don't loosen, justice ends. If there's mercy, it passed me by, somewhere between the truth and lie. stop. Madrugada fria entra pela janela. A madrugada fria entra pela janela. O silêncio pesa mais que qualquer palavra bela. O copo suado em cima da mesa vazia. I can hear it on the roof, same as that night. Funny thing is, I don't remember driving home. I just remember the sound. The road runs out where dusk begins, and silence settles under skin. No sirens howl, no horses ride, just heat waves crawling side to side. The sky looks tired, pale and warm, like justice died before it's born. And every mile I walked alone feels like a verdict carved in stone. I waited where the line was drawn, from dusk until the breaking dawn, with blood still fresh on calloused hands, and no one left to make demands. The wind moved through the empty town, like it was searching up and down for something it could call a name, but nothing ever came. The sheriff's post is rusted shut, like it gave up before the cut, and every badge that used to shine is just a shadow of decline. I heard no wheels, I saw no light, just endless stretch of broken night. And every breath I tried to claim just whispered that the law never came. The law never came for me tonight. No justice, no wrong or right, just empty streets and hollow blame, where even truth forgets its name. Oh, I stood where I should have stayed, but nothing came to be displayed. And every road I try to trace still ends in this forgotten place. The saloon doors hang still and wide, like they're waiting for a tide of voices that will never speak, just dust and wood and something bleak. The wanted poster on the wall still sways but never seems to fall. My face is there but faded slow, like even ink refuses to know. I light a match, it burns too fast, like time is trying not to last. And every flicker shows my sin, then disappears again. The silence presses on my chest, like it's a witness to my rest. And every truth I can't reclaim still whispers that the law never came. The law never came for me tonight. No justice, no wrong or right, just empty streets and hollow blame, where even truth forgets its name. Oh, I stood where I should have stayed, but nothing came to be displayed. And every road I try to trace still ends in this forgotten place. I hear my boots against the ground, the only trial I've ever found. No judge, no jury, just the wind deciding what I've done within. The town don't move, it don't respond, like it's already far beyond the need to care, the need to see what's left of guilt inside of me. And in the distance, fading thin, I swear I hear it start again. But when I turn, there's nothing there, just open space and broken air. It ain't the law that makes you clean, it's everything you've never been. And silence doesn't set you free, it just reminds you what you see. And justice don't arrive too late, it simply learns to imitate the absence of what should have came. When the law forgets your name, the law never came, I understand. No saving hand, no final stand, just dust that writes my only name, where even time refuses blame. Oh, I waited there until I knew there was nothing they would do. And every road I can't outrun leads back to what I've already done. Now I don't wait, I don't believe in hands that come or eyes that see. No badge, no rope, no final claim, just me and what I can't reclaim. And if you ever cross this land with dust still warm across your hand, don't trust the silence, don't stay long, or you'll learn where the law went wrong. The wind still moves, the dust still stays, the empty town forgets the days, and I remain where truth won't taste, because the law never came. There's rust on the revolver and dust on my name. The mirror don't answer, it just looks the same. The air feels heavier, like it knows what I've done. And every silence in this room sounds like a loaded gun. I'd never let it in, wrapped in cloth and faded sin, like it was waiting deep within. The wood's gone soft, the iron's cold, but it still remembers what it holds. And every scratch it's just a tool, but still don't care about the rules. And every breath I try to take feels like a choice I shouldn't make. There's rust on the revolver tonight, like time itself gave up the fight. Every turn of the cylinder feels like it's getting closer. Oh, I tried to leave it all behind, but it never left my mind. And every road I've come across still leads me back to what I lost. I see it sitting in my hand, like it's part of some darker plan. Not moving, not alive, not dead, just echoing inside my head. The night leans in through broken blinds, like it's reading between the lines. And every shadow on the wall feels like it's waiting for the call. I hear my heart beat in the still, like it's deciding what it will. And every second feels too wide, like something's standing on my side. The weight don't shift, it don't release, it only promises no peace. And every thought I try to break just circles back to what I take. There's rust on the revolver tonight, like time itself gave up the fight. Every turn of the cylinder feels like it's getting closer. Oh, I tried to leave it all behind, but it never left my mind. And every road I've come across still leads me back to what I lost. The room goes quiet, even breath feels like it's negotiating death. And in the silence I can see all the things I used to be. Not judgment, not regret alone, just faces carved into the stone of every moment I let slide, until they gathered here inside. The revolver doesn't speak or move, but somehow I still know the truth. It's not the steel that weighs me down, it's everything I never drowned. It ain't the metal, it ain't the rust, it's every broken piece of trust. Every line I cross too fast, coming back to make it last. And maybe it was never fate, just choices I accumulated, till every path I tried to run led me back to what I've done. There's rust on the revolver still, but it bends me to its will. Every turn I can't deny feels like I was meant to try. Oh, I tried to be someone new, but there's nothing I can undo. And every road that I survive still ends with what I keep alive. Now I set it back in place, like it never showed its face. But I can feel it in the air, like it never left me there. And if you ever find this room where silence feels a little doom, don't linger long, don't stay too near, or you'll learn what I keep here. There's rust on the revolver still, and it waits without a will. And I remain where echoes run, with nothing left of what I've done. a chapel out past the crooked trees, where the air stays still and the shadows breathe. No cross out front, just a splintered frame and a rusted bell with no tongue to name. I was led there once by a voice I knew, sounded soft like truth, but it cut right through. Said, step inside, lay your burdens down. But the door slammed shut without a sound, and the light went dead like it feared that place. Left me staring at my own face. The bell never rings, but it calls me still. From the hollow dark of that broken hill, every prayer I speak just fades away, like it never had a word to say. Hear the silence crawl through the rotting beams, like it feeds on faith and forgotten dreams. I don't kneel, I don't confess, just drown in a truth I can't address. There's a pew with a name carved deep in the wood. I traced it slow like I knew I should. Every letter cut with a shaking hand, like the truth was more than it could withstand. There was wax on the floor from a melted plea, like someone begged not to be what I'd be. And the walls leaned close when I spoke out loud, like they carried the weight of a buried crowd. And the air grew thick when I tried to pray, like the words themselves just slipped away. The bell never rings, but it calls me still. From the hollow dark of that broken hill, every prayer I speak just fades away, like it never had a word to say. Hear the silence crawl through the rotting beams, like it feeds on faith and forgotten dreams. I don't kneel, I don't confess, just drown in a truth I can't address. There's a figure there by the altar rail, with a crooked spine and a face gone pale. He said, I've been here since I lost my way, since the bell went silent that final day. I said, why don't you leave this place? He just smiled with a hollow face, said, you don't walk out once you come to see. Then he slowly turned and he looked like me. My heart beat slow, like it knew that truth, like the past and present had split in two. Every breath I took felt borrowed and thin, like I never really made it in. I climbed the steps to the altar stone, with the weight in my chest I had always known. Put my hands where the others bled, felt a pulse run cold through the words unsaid, and the silence screamed without a sound as the walls began to close around. Now I sit in that pew where my name was carved, with a faith long dead and a soul half starved. I hear footsteps come, but no one's there, just the echo of a whispered prayer. And I see new faces drift inside, with that same lost look they try to hide. But I don't speak, I just watch them kneel, and I wonder if this is how they'll feel. The bell never rings, but it calls us all to the quiet place where the faithful fall. Every word we trust turns to dust in time, in a house that feeds on the lost and blind. Hear it breathe through the cracks in stone, like it's claiming hearts it is always owned. We don't leave, we don't confess, just become what we can't suppress. The bell never rings, it just lets you stay in the space where belief starts to decay. Every doubt you hide comes crawling through, till there's nothing left that that you thought you knew. If there's God, He don't hear this place. Left us locked in a cold embrace. We don't rise, we descend to the sound of a bell that will never end. So if you hear that silence call your name from a broken hill wrapped in ash and shame, don't step close, don't cross that line, 'cause the moment you do, it becomes your shrine. And you won't hear bells or a voice or a plea, just the sound of nothing where you used to be. In a chapel still, where no soul sings,